Hello, let me talk about chapters 9 and 10 of The Man from Glengary. Chapter 9, A Sabbath Day Work, and chapter 10, The Coming of the Shantymen. Chapter 9 is all about Sunday, and how, the day before Sunday they do a lot of work, get everything neat and spick and span, and got everything squared away because it's Sunday. You cannot work on Sunday. And it's funny, it's one of these things of like, it is so much a part of the thing that like the horses know they're not going to till, and the dogs don't even know that there's not going to be hunt. Though, they could do a free hunt, but none but the light-headed puppies and the retrobate dissipated older dogs would ever do such a thing. It's like, even it's only the sinner dogs and the stupid young ones who would ever even dare break the Sabbath on Sabbath day. We're just like, okay. And they go to church, and we definitely yet again have this very much kind of overwhelming feeling of the kind of enfolding, kind of muscular faith, where the Reverend Murray is like, he is one tough customer. He holds his parishioners in sway, his glinting blue eyes. Um, the whole thing of Mamie kissing, kissing in gratitude. Ronald gets out, and he is getting teased mercilessly until the point where I guess the guy who's teasing him doesn't actually realize exactly how far she's pushed him, until suddenly he wheels around and whaps him, and he leaves out. And indeed, they do, you know, at some point Ronald goes outside, and they are beating the shit out of each other, and the Reverend just comes in and just tosses him across the thing, sends the guy who Ronald whapped home because he's not fit to be seen, and is like, very disappointed in him, and says as much to Ronald. And indeed, Ronald, and because this is such a pious book, Ronald is like, I'm gonna leave. She sees a figure of a man, the Miss Reverend Murray, who I still, it's like, she's got a real interest in this guy. It's like a real interest. Like, if you're not good Christian thing, you get, you do. I really feel like it's like a slightly romantic feel of going here, a little bit of an obsession that she. Okay, so she sees a man out in the thing, and she calls to him, and it's Ronald. And Ronald has decided he's going to leave home because he's been told he's being basically not fit. He's being a barbarous thing. He's not fit for Christian folk. And it's like, oh, no, you can't. And it's like, he didn't mean it. He actually regrets it slightly, and he doesn't leave, but he kind of more kind of retreats to himself and is quiet and stuff like that. God, I can't remember if anything else happens. I just remember the retrobate dogs, and just like, and just how into Ronald, the Reverend Murray. There's maybe like kind of the heat and the kind of the young love, but there's also just this older woman who seems to be really into him, but also really wants the best for him, and she's saintly that way. But if she's saying, I'm such a sinner that I of course can only cast aspersions. I'm sure she's supposed to just be a saintly character. However, there's that religious obsession thing, which you think, are you also kind of got some other stirry feelings which are kind of funneling into religious and goodly work, which is, great work, but it's like, I feel like there's that. In the next chapter, this coming in the Shantymen, we go back to this whole maybe not great thing for French Canadians in this thing, in that one of the men from the logging camp sees a guy falling into the water, French Canadian guy fall into the water. They don't name who, and he can't stop himself. He jumps into the raging thing, and they both go down because the French Canadian guy basically puts his arms around his neck and chokes him out. The French Canadian guy makes it out alive. He's dead. and they're bringing the body back. And Ronald is given the letter for this and asked to set up the kind of the funeral arrangements, which he does. He does do it honorably, and his father thanks him for it when he comes. He says, like, thank you for it. And it's him again showing himself to be a man in his responsibility as well. It's like really good solid guy. But yeah, you're wondering, okay, is this French Canadian who choked out this guy and thing? Is it the same French Canadian Lenoir from the beginning of the story who kind of they vowed revenge on? It's like, yeah, and I need to figure out exactly, okay, who died because he was in the fight at the beginning, was, and there's a particular reason he died, or is this, you wonder if this is the villain of the piece is going to be the villainous, evil French Canadian. I mean, there's the evil French Canadian, and there's the rough and tumble, cowardly Irish, going up against the good, God-fearing, hard-working, straight-ahead Scotsmans, which you can tell where this has been written by a Scottish native of this region, and is it's like he's definitely writing from his side of things, and also papist, also being they're Catholic, so that's another strike against them. Yeah. So, but we definitely have the kind of the all-encompassing, patriarchal, fearsome, put the fear of God in you, patriarch God, but also kind of warm and embracing as well. Simple, direct, muscular Christianity here. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.